Hey there, it's Brittany, and I am back with day 6 of the 12 Days of Christmas 2022. Today we're going to be making a tribal Christmas necklace. I think we'll probably have another one because I pulled out too many beads and I want to go in two different directions. So maybe day 10 or so will be another tribal necklace. But the focal piece is going to be this beautiful donut that I received. I don't even know if it was 2022. I'm sorry, I don't even know if it was 2021 or 2020. I got this from Janie, and she sent me a beautiful, actually, she sent me a couple of really beautiful things, beautiful packages, I should say. And this was one of the things she sent, and I've been saving it. I see it all the time because I love it so much. And I was like, oh, I know never typically use red too much, but this is perfect for what I wanted. So I busted out these recycled glass African glass beads, and these are green, obviously. So I thought they looked really great with that red. I got these in Tucson. They're little brass beads. And then surprisingly, a lot of my check glass looked really good with this. None of my red African or Indonesian or Indian glass looked good. It just, the colors just did not go with this red, but a lot of the check glass did. So this was from the October box from Sam's Bead Box. I'm just going to run through them really quickly. This is not check glass, but I thought it looked okay. These are from Bargain Bead Box. More from Sam's. This is from, oh my gosh, 2021 Sam's Bead Box. You know, I just put them in with the right colors and they speak to me when they speak to me. I love this diamond shape. These are from Anne Marie. I think these are just, they're not labeled, so they just came from either me purchasing it or a box. These are really cool. I really liked this shape in the middle with the tribal look and that it's transparent. I pulled out a lot, guys. Some horse eye beads because everything matched so well. Some more table cut. These are almost like a terracotta color, but they still work. I really liked these. There's still more horse eyes. I kind of just raided my red stash, but for some reason it looks like I didn't touch anything over there. These are very Christmassy to me, and I think they work really well with the swirls that are on here. Anne Marie sent me these cute little stars or snowflakes. Just some baubles from Bargain Bead Box. Maybe Bargain Bead Box. Maybe Bargain Bead Box. Anne Marie, I really liked how Old World these looked. I'll probably be sticking with the ones that have more gold look or more antique look to them. Anne Marie sent these. I think I got these in an eBay haul. And then Anne Marie sent these too. So we have a lot to work with today. And really the only two greens I'm going to be using, if I use both of them, are these two. So I don't really have a vision for this necklace. But, you know, obviously I just want it to really scream tribal, but also just be the colors of Christmas. I guess I could still wear this outside of Christmas, but it's going to fall into our 12 Days of Christmas. So obviously that guy's going to go in the middle. I am going to cut open my brass beads. Speaking of, I got these in Tucson. Speaking of Tucson, I'm trying to figure out my travel situation and where I'm going to stay, and everything's just so expensive. So I'm trying to figure out how many days I'm going to stay, where I'm going to stay. It's just, I know we'll have the time of the year going down. I can't imagine missing it, but man, everything is just ridiculous right now, especially when you know, saving for the new house. And so it's a little stressful, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about Tucson. Hopefully a lot of the vendors that I missed last year are going to be there this year. That would be really great. One of my favorites wasn't there the last few times I went. And it's really sad when you go somewhere really hoping that you're going to see a vendor that you really enjoy and they're just not there. Obviously, I don't blame them one bit, but, you know, it's nice having the people that you want to see at the events you go to. So I'm going to come up a little bit just to have more viewing space. Obviously, I know I want these green beads in here. I just don't know if I want it to be green heavy or red heavy. Oh, oh, you know, I might get out my little brass rings too. And who knows, maybe I won't even use any of the check glass. I just, you know, you never know what's going to happen here on Turquoise.Street. So I got out my rings, which I really think look fantastic. And I got out these coin metal beads. They're made out of coins. They're African. And then I got out these. Like, what if I put some... Oh. I love these with it. I wish I had these in round. I don't. I have them in saucer. I have them in rondelle, but I don't have them in a round color or a round shape. But I think we're gonna get some bone in there. That's awesome. Yes. All right. I really liked how these looked from Sam's Bead Box. So I only have two. Are they? Oh, they're lopsided. Okay, we'll do that. No, that's not going to fit anything but maybe wax. Well, wax linen could fit through there. I think that might be the better bet besides beading cord, beading wire, I should say. All right, let me get this open. I don't know if you can hear that, but there are my neighbors are detailing a car outside the window, so you can hear some vacuuming. That's what it is. Let's see. Do I want those glass beads or do I want these glass beads? No. Immediately no. Let's do a little bit of that. Nope. Do not want. Thinking if I use those, I can't use literally any of the other red beads I pulled out because they're not the same compared to the other ones, which is fine. It's just going to be green heavy. Nope. All right, so I might take those out because it's just, they're not gelling with any of the other earring or any of the other beads that I want to use. So I think I want a ring between there and there, and then one up here. There's this piece. It might work if we do a few rings in the middle on either side of the pendant. We'll see how it goes. And then maybe two more on each side up here. You know, you can't see that, but Looks like I'm going to have to get more of these green beads when I go to Tucson because I'm running low now. If they have them. All right. Move this down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And then I think I'll put these here. One on either side. And 2 more rings. See how quickly this thing came together? But it's still awesome. I'm trying to decide if I want anything, like do I want 2 or 3 rings like right here? I don't know, do I? Maybe. All right, I think I'm going to do wax linen with this because these are pretty heavy and I feel like that would be more sturdy than leather. At least the size leather that I'd be able to do. All right, I got a plain brown, which is a contender. Oh, like a sage and a bright green. I think all of them look fine. I know the green's a little, both greens are a little off. I think I'm gonna go with the same. Cut a length. It's pretty long, probably longer than I want the necklace. Way longer, but that's okay. It is, I believe this is 1 millimeter. I have 0.5. Oh no, the way that they gauge this is 4 ply, and I also have 2 ply. So I think the 4 ply ends up being 1 millimeter, and then 2 ply ends up being 0.5 millimeter. But I'm just gonna start by stringing, and then I'll kind of, oh, whoops, I want a ring on first. And then I'll kind of just look at it and determine if I like it once it's strung. All right, so here's our necklace so far. I love it. I think it's, you know, perfect actually for all year round, but it's in our color palette. I'm thinking I'll probably wear this at some point in Tucson just because it looks so cool. And I love, love, love how those rings turned out. I don't think I'm going to do them here because we have the brass up here. But yeah, I think it's a little short, so I'm going to do more of the green beads up the back and then I think finish with the rings. Okay, so this is how I ended up doing the back. I saved 6 beads so we can, oh, maybe 7 beads, so we can make a bracelet as well. And we're also going to make a pair of earrings, but we're not going to be using the green beads. So I like the length. I like how it looks. Of course, I'll show you what it looks like after we're finished. I brought out some culottes or clamshells. Just going to thread my wax linen through the opening in the bottom. So just an easy way to string and attach to your clasp instead of knotting right onto the clasp. You can absolutely do that. I just prefer this way, and I don't need to glue anything because it's wax linen and it kind of grabs onto itself. So I'm just going to make a knot. Actually, I'm going to make 2 knots, right? One right on top of the other. Just to make it a little bigger. There we go. I am going to cut right above that knot. That knot is not going to fray or anything. And then I am going to slide up my culotte. And I pulled that a little tight, so I'm gonna, there we go. And then just close that up. You can use your pliers if you don't want to use your fingers to do that. I'm gonna slide everything down as far as possible. Ooh, oh, not that way, Brittany. Oh my gosh, look, it's not my week. It's just not my week. All right, I'm gonna restring and I'll be back. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a knot on this side, but it's gonna be a little bit different because I wanna make sure it's up against my culotte. So I'm gonna start the knot. And then come in here with my, these are my knotting pliers from Beadalon. And then we're just going to pull that knot tight, make sure that it's on the inside of the clamshell. Okay, and then I am just going to scooch that down. Just making sure that one knot's going to be fine on this side because the other side had two. I'm going to do one more above it. Not that it'll make a whole bunch of difference, but it can't, I don't know that I'll be able to get on top of that knot, or around that knot. Maybe. There is some extra give there because of how the necklace is curved. There we go. All right, it's just above the other knot, but that's fine. I'm just gonna cut above that. And then close my clamshell. Now, this clamshell is a little bit smaller than the rings. It's okay. It's okay because my jump ring is going to be bigger than that opening, so it's not going to come off. Except for it just came off, but it won't come off once the jump ring's on. I promise I know what I'm doing. It just sometimes doesn't seem like it. All right. I just grabbed a tribal looking toggle clasp from my stash and 2 brass jump rings. Oh, look, I put this on. It's so much fun. It's actually pretty comfortable. I forgot it was on. I only put it on in the second half of the video though, because I had to go let Goldie out, and then I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, oh, I should put that on. So here is our necklace. I love it. It's beautiful. It's tribal. It's year-round, but also perfect for the holiday season. If you're not into traditional Christmas jewelry, but you still want to be festive and still keep your style, and your style is tribal and beautiful, this is the necklace for you. Thank you to Janie again for this gorgeous pendant. And thank you for watching, but we're gonna make a pair of earrings and a bracelet, because I'm not gonna wear the earrings, but I want to be decked out with a bracelet. So I'm gonna grab some more of the wax linen. I've decided I'm going to use one or both of those. I have some more of these and the rings and these guys. But I did bust out some unicorn beads. These are the bubble beads, I think what they're called. I'm going to use this guy because it was the closest to the pendant. Although the bracelet I'm wearing really matches. So I have options. But I haven't used one of these to create a bracelet yet, and that's basically why I bought them. So I don't know if that wire is memory wire or not. Probably not, but I've already ruined my shears enough that I'm gonna use a memory wire cutter to get that off of there. So all of these were a little different. This one had stripes. This one is solid. One had glitter. One had bubbles in it. So I'm going to go with this solid one. And I'm going to take my wax linen. And I am going to double it, but yeah, I'm just going to double it. I was going to think maybe that won't fit through my check glass beads doubled, but that's okay. We can figure that out. Actually, I feel like I should almost do 2 strings because this guy is so chunky. You know what? I think it'll be fine. I really want it, I don't want it to be like loose. So what I'm doing is twisting it a little bit so it gets it real tight around the glass, because this isn't going to harm the glass. It's waxed linen. It's not going to hurt anything. I am going to then knot it. And then come down as close as I can get to that button, or the bubble bead, or whatever you want to call it. For our purposes today, it's a button. There we go. There we go. So it's not flapping around. Very fun. Okay. And then I have a 2, like it's now 8 ply because each one of these is 4 ply. I am going to start with one of these large hole check glass beads, just so I can know that I get both strands through it. I like that. Then I'm going to put on a couple rings, I think. Bone bead. 2 more rings. Okay, so I'm ignoring this bead because it's beautiful, but it's like shattered almost. Not that I think that that will affect the bead in any way. It doesn't look like the other beads, and I can use that in another project. So it'll go in my African bead soup because I think it's going to be the last one after I'm finished with this bracelet. Get both of these through here. Heck no, I cannot, but that's okay. Just put one through. Just making sure that these aren't that twisted anymore. The other one underneath it or above it or whatever. Come back through to both through one of these. Might have to reconfigure this if it's too long with 6 of these green beads on it. Which I'm thinking that might be the case. I think that's the first time I've used a whole strand of African beads. It hurts. But good thing it's for a good cause, meaning beautiful jewelry. I'm gonna test this out. I think it's probably close to being too long. You know, I think it'll be okay because it's so chunky. I'm just gonna knot it right at that that large hole bead. I might need to put a smaller bead there because of the knot going through, but we'll see. We'll see if I can get the knot big enough that I don't have to. I'm not worried about doing this in a straight line because the wax linen will probably stretch a little bit over time and is more malleable than bead wire, and it'll be fine. Beading wire and things like similar to beading wire are the ones that you really don't want to do in a straight line. All right, I think that large hole bead's going to come over that, so I'm going to do another knot. Hopefully I can get it over that one. Oop. Goodness. Okay, I think we're okay. Now, here's the issue. I was just gonna do like a split here and have the button come through. It just looks a little scrawny compared to the rest of the chunky bracelet. Know what I mean? So, ooh, what if I found some smaller beads? Yes, I think that's what needs to happen. Some smaller beads that would look good. Those okay. Kind of want to use these, but I don't remember. I don't know if these holes are too tiny. Let's just check it out. Making a big mess. I've been cleaning up after most videos because I just never know when a showing is going to be scheduled. It's going to be a big cleanup after this video. Yes. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? Okay, I'm going to string a bunch of those on. Okay, that was kind of annoying and horrible. One side went on perfectly fine. The other one just did not want to string. It kept catching, like 3 of the fibers would go through, but then the 4th one would get caught and unravel. It was just a hot mess, but we did it. I did it. So I really love how that looks. It really makes that cord look more substantial. And I think we're going to have enough. I might be able to take one off, but I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And then I am going to do a knot here. I'm going to double check that it fits before I do my knot. It's totally fine. So I'm going to do a knot here to close my closure. And get that up as close to those beads as possible. Okay. And then I am going to, I think, I don't know if I want to use these bubble beads or the peanuts or whatever these are called. I think I'm going to use these because they're just more interesting texturally. And I'm just going to cut that apart. I only need 2. But on each one, I'm going to fit on a, here we go again, brass bead, then a red Picasso peanut, jumbo peanut. Is that what these are? Actually, you know what? I'm going to do 2 of them. And then a brass and bring it down and kind of decide where I want the end of that strand to be. It's good enough for me. And again, I am not going to glue that. I'm going to put a knot at the beginning of this too. Hopefully I can figure out how to do that. Yeah, I don't think that was the right way to do that. Okay. This is harder than I think it's not as hard as I'm making it look, but my brain, I think, is on fire. Or has been fired. Let me tell you what adult ADHD is like. So today I've been reading 3 books simultaneously because I can't stay involved in one, even though I love all 3 of them. I've watched 2 YouTube videos at the same time, and was editing and uploading content to my channel while shopping. So at no time did I lose my place in anything, but I couldn't stay in the same activity probably for more than 5 minutes. So that's what it's real. My goodness. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut that right there. I like how that looks, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other end, but I'm gonna make that one knot a little bit, I'm gonna make the first knot before I put the beads on. So that's why I said my brain is fired today, because she's tired from all the craziness that I've done. Right when I realized I was reading 3 different books at the same time, I was like, okay, something's going on today. So in the way I was reading through, I read on my devices because with carpal tunnel, it's really hard for me to like hold a book for very long. And then also, fun thing is I have allergies to glues sometimes. So the glues that they use in the book for binding, that was really fun in high school, by the way, that they really get my allergies going. So I don't read physical books. So I have my Kindle and the app Pocket on my phone and my iPad. So I was every time I went between my phone and my iPad, it just depended what book was open on the Kindle, and that's whatever I would just read. I don't know how I can read several books at once, but that's apparently my brain loves it. All right, there we go. Sorry for all the chatter, but I love how that looks. Doesn't that look great? All right, so then this is how the bracelet closes. It goes right through there. Hopefully, that's a little big. Hopefully, it doesn't fall off of me, but I'm going to try it on for you. Look, it's with my large holly wreath, or poinsettia wreath bracelet. And then that's what that looks like. Love it. I love this bracelet, and actually it looks really good with my poinsettia bracelet. So that's a lot of bracelet going on, but I am in love with it. Real quick, we're going to make a pair of earrings. I have an eye pin, or a head pin. one of these check glass beads, a bone bead, and a ring. And I'm telling you, this is an easy earring, but it looks so cool. I'm just going to put on the check glass bead, the ring, and the bone bead. And then I'm just going to wire wrap that. Now I have to make the loop at the top a little bit bigger than we typically would because I don't want the bead to slide right off the loop. And that's a little too low, but there we go. And I just use my other pair of pliers. This one I'm actually doing a little tighter than the first one. The first one was kind of wiggly. It's okay, but some people don't like hearing beads flopping around while they're walking, and I don't blame them. If you have longer eye pin or head pins, that's probably a greater idea for these, especially if you're going to wire wrap. If you're just doing a loop, that's fine, but this is a smaller gauge. That's why I wanted to make sure. There we go. And then I have my ear wire. There we go. I love these. These are super cute. I feel like if I sold jewelry, these would sell immediately. So who doesn't like polka dots and check glass and brass? African brass at that. So actually I really, really love those. And then here is the bracelet and our finished necklace. I'm so pleased. These actually turned out 100% better than I thought they would, and I had high hopes. So let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and share. I have also a bead group on Facebook. We've got like 3,500 people in the group at this point. We'd love to see you there. Get a lot of inspiration from all of you. And I'm on Instagram too at Turquoise.Street. Stay tuned for Goldie. She's super cute. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Hi. See your one eyeball. Oh goodness, she's so cute. She's so cute.